literally just finished our first in-person Bible study, and I am over the moon. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I had my session with my mentor, who has been with me since when God first told me to start HPC, today. And it's so funny because like it wasn't intentionally set like, oh, let me do it the day of the Bible study. It was that we kept pushing it back, and I finally found a day that she was free, and it happened to be the same day as our first in-person Bible study at our physical location. Like, that's it. That's the office building. And I told her, and she's like, you want to know what's crazy? The first time we met was May 31st, 2022. It's May 29th, 2025, and you now have a physical space for what God told you to start. If God had told me that it would take 3 years to get to this point, I wouldn't have started. I would have gave up. I would have been impatient. But through what he has told me, what he has taught me in all that time, he's built a foundation in me. And that's what we're talking about in Bible study right now. Him establishing roots. Securing us. And then being able to build on top of us. And if you're praying for anything, if you're praying for God to move or to see what he's doing in your life, girl, I was telling my mentor a lot of the things that God did in me were invisible. People couldn't see. No progress. They couldn't see numbers on my social media. They couldn't see numbers of girls attending. They couldn't see a physical space. They couldn't see my numbers for my podcast. No one could see anything. No one could see that I was progressing. And that drove me nuts for a little while because I cared what people think of me, if I'm honest. I cared a lot back then. And I would be like, God, like, you gave me this, like, no one even cares. So why am I doing it? We just had our first in-person Bible study, and people have already booked for next month. Now, mind you, we do this weekly, and virtually it's always good when people come. And I'm just like, I can't believe that God knew the end from the beginning. And if I had to guess the way this would have gone, it wouldn't have been that way. And I can't believe I was able to trust him for 3 years to see this through. I'm genuinely like, I would never have chosen this. Like, you want me to start something and you want me to go about it for 3 years before I see anything that feels like I'm making any moves? I never would have agreed. But God was healing me. God was building me strong. God was giving me my word in me. He was planting his word in me so I could recall verses, so I could give instruction to women, so I could help them, so I could empower them, so I could overcome the things I went through, so I could get closer to him and get more righteous, out of what I was living in. Like, he gave me the big picture then, and it was so frustrating waiting to see it. But I know now why. I wouldn't have been strong enough to sustain this. I went into this today with no nerves. Why? Because I've been showing up every single week, sometimes alone, giving the word. I've been showing up every single week, posting a podcast episode, sometimes to no one. And I never would have chose this. It's just so crazy. I never would have picked this direction. Sorry. I never would have chose for me to wait 3 years, to go through a pruning process for 3 years. I never would have picked this. He knew. So if God has called you to something and it feels bigger than you, but you're not seeing progress, you're not seeing growth, you're not seeing numbers, you're not crazy. You see it, and he's gonna bring it about. He's gonna bring it to fruition. This is just the beginning. This is as small as we ever will be. And it's a physical location, something a lot of people can't say they have. I was hiding behind my ministry for so long, and I was telling my mentor this as well, that I didn't even realize when he told me to go back to school. So I went and I got my master's certification in health and well-being coaching because it only seemed right. Because I wanted to coach, I wanted to do one-on-one, I wanted to be certified. And I wanted to help women with their emotional health, spiritual health, etc., mental health. And it only made sense. So I went back, and then I did nothing with it. I was like, okay, I'll coach through her promise circle, and it definitely did. I definitely do. My clients come from my podcast and from girlies who find me on her promise circle, but I didn't realize he wanted Mikkel to be a face. I wanted to hide. But God's been telling me this season is my visibility season, where people start to see me. And if you are unable to be seen and not care what people think, it's going to be really hard for God to bring you into that prosperous season. So maybe that's the wound he's working on in you. But I'm living testimony proof that if God shows you something, even if it takes 3 years, it's coming. My podcast is 3% globally. Look it up on Listen Notes. It's a huge deal. And I'm just trying to catch up to him. I'm trying to catch up to the fact that I have a podcast that's 3% globally. That I'm being invited to other people's podcasts because they want to hear about my story and how we started this thing. I'm trying to understand how I just locked out of the office that is mine with women who came there for Bible study, drove here, when I've been doing this virtually. I'm just trying to catch up to him. But he's not stopping. He's not stopping, so I'm going to keep going. And so I'm grateful. I'm excited. I'm happy. I can't wait to see what more he does. If you're in the Atlanta area, I would love to collaborate with you, network with you, work with you. But yeah, I'm just so grateful. So this is your reminder to keep going. And if God gave you a vision and you're not seeing results, he's bringing it. I don't know when, friend, but he is. He's faithful.